Well,
Leslie, what day
I
don't you
had
work?
been out catering, and I come home and I threw my white uniform across the bed, and we went out and had watermelon. My daughter, we was living in Oakland, and all at once, kabang, our table moved, and watermelon
There was
seeds.
that much motion in Oakland?
Yeah, in Oakland, and on Linden Street. Yeah.
For Chicago explosion.
And this explosion. And I was down there wiping up, and another one came. And my daughter had already gone to her apartment. Pretty soon she come in. I was going to bed, and she come in and she's, Mama, Port Chicago's blown up. And I said, oh, for God's sakes. I said, how bad? And I said, no, that explosion must have been at
Alameda or whatever.
no, where's that powder plant? You know, there's Hercules.
I was working for a construction outfit that was counting all the loads of dirt that went out to the base.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it blew me out. My boss was just coming in.
The force of it blew you out?
Blew me out. But I had stepped down, just threw me clear about the length of 2 cars. Blew him in. He passed me. How? I'll never know, because those doors are narrow in those buildings. And it blew him through the partition. Evidently blew the partition out. There were bunks on the other side. Blew him in, and I could hear him cursing out there in the other side of it, looking for his hat. And I kept on going when it blew me out, and I crawled under a big truck that was parked in the back. And he was crawling behind me. And he says, come out of there, you little fool. Come out of there.
You were running the projector in the theater.
I was 10 minutes before. Joe had just relieved me, and I was just going out of town when it happened. I was just leaving. I had moved out of Port Chicago 2 weeks before that. Moved to Clyde. It was about 2 weeks, and you know where that sharp turn going to Clyde out of Port Chicago?
Yeah, sure.
You went towards Avon, and then you made that sharp turn. Well, I had just made that turn when the ships did that. It just lifted me up and just shoved me right ahead. And when my car hit the pavement, the old tires just clanked, the rims.
Not kidding.
Huh? Yeah.
Wow.
The old star shells were falling all around me, and I could see puffs of dirt here, and boy, I just shot right, kept on going.
Kept moving.
Yeah. My little boy, he was 3 years old, and he slept through the whole damn works.
Yeah.
Never woke him up.
Same when we went to the house to get our car, and gosh, first thing there was a flat tire, and the concussion, I guess the top of it had gone down, you know, a little bit. When we got the car started, the next morning when we came up, there was glasses and everything, you know, goblets in the pantry. It was all just splintered all over.
Next year's the 40th anniversary.
Except I went out in the back porch, in the shed we called it, and I looked, and there was all the Christmas ball decorations. You know how you look at them when they're decorating a Christmas tree. They break.
Right.
Not a one was broken, but all the glass and everything.
Well, he was on his way home.
You know what?
That's the way I am.
Someone else told me this story.
And we just got to bed when this thing went off, and all that windows came in. It would have killed both of us. And they came through that little window into our bedroom. A piece of it stuck in my arm, and it threw us clear up in bed, though. Clear up, and I come down on that glass. And my arm, I said, well, we're being bombed. I can see the job.
Well, I know it was that time that the mail train, plane flew across there. Ed Shadeen was coming to the village. Goddamn chaps.
We just laid there real quiet after that, and pretty soon Charlie came over, Charlie Bunkyo, and he says, gee, are you two all right? And I says, yeah, but I got to find Charlie shine so I can find my pants. I never will forget that. He's shining for me while I was putting them.
Anyway, a show, and I went to the show with Barb and Dawn. So we were in the show, and the one thing I remember is that we had a bag of apricots, and we were eating them and throwing the pits on the floor. At least I was. And we were watching China with Alan Ladd, and there was a grenade scene where I don't remember what they were throwing the grenade at, whether it was a truck or a cart or whatever it was. But anyway, there was a scene where they were throwing this grenade. And when the grenade went off, everything went off. And it took a second for it to even, it was so real that you couldn't tell, what was happening. And I got thrown on the floor because I can remember trying to get up and slipping on the apricot pits.
Slipping on the
I could not get up. And I'm trying to get up, trying to get out. And so all I remember is that Barbara and Dawn went one direction. And I did remember looking up, and I could look outside of the theater was open. And I could see all the fireworks.
What about the people in the theater? Was the theater very crowded?
Well, not really, but people were scattering. You couldn't really tell what they're doing, but you could see all these fireworks, like tremendous 4th of July, just everything going up. And of course, everybody immediately thought Japanese, But so I scrambled out and managed to get out and run out through the lobby and got outside, and there was a Coca-Cola sign down from the restaurant next door. And I remember just leaping it, jumping over, and running out, and all I could think of, I saw people just running down the street, and I'm yelling out, get down, because I'm seeing all these war movies, right? And everybody throws himself.
So anyway, your mother, when it finally dawned on them, I guess after the building caved in, which was lucky that it just didn't completely cave in, everybody got out. And your mother had listened to our advice, if there's any bombing goes on and you're outside, lay down in the field, lay down. So what she'd done, she'd run across, she got out of the theater, and right across the road going up was this field out here. And she'd gone out there and lay down. And of course, when I went down to get your mother, I couldn't find her anywhere. What was it happened? This Charlie Sama I was telling you about, the oldest guy that I'd opened, he had picked her up or something, and he brought her home. But the main time, I was downtown there looking around, and there was a place next door that sailors inhabited, ice port beer and stuff like that. And those people had been in these stores. They looked like they're like a slaughterhouse.
I don't know. Elmer Freud.
Oh, he got killed because a fella asked him to take his ship.
That's right. That's right. But
he was supposed to be off.
But like I say, he was in the Navy before that.
He'd have been out drinking beer with you if he hadn't.
That's right.
He'd been. Yeah, that's right. But he was in the Navy. He made a 4-year hitch in the Navy before.
Yeah, before.
And then when the war started, he decided, he would go back in, and they give him a position right there in his own hometown. See, and like you say, he wouldn't.
He wasn't supposed to be working that night.
If he'd have been out drinking beer with me, he wouldn't have got killed.
So he